Hello friends, in this video we are going to see how to solve question 1 of the exercise 14.2. In the previous two videos we have seen how to solve 14.1. So without wasting any time, let's start with the exercise. First question. So here the first question we can solve using two methods actually, a square plus 8a plus 16. Two methods. One is by using factorization method and the other is using formula. Okay. So in this question we are going to solve this question by using formula, and I am going to tell you how we can solve it using factorization method also later on. So we are going to use formula a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. For example, how we can use this formula? In which question will we use this formula? Where is it applicable? How to identify? So see, if a question is like this, x square plus 8x plus 16. So it's a similar question, only thing I have written x here, okay. So you have to just check whether the two terms are the perfect squares here. So here it is a square of x, and here the third term is also a square of 4, and if you multiply the product of these terms by 2, do you get the middle term? You have to check that. If you multiply these two terms by 2, so 2 into x into 4, whatever the sign there is, do you get the middle term? Yes, 2 times of 4 is 8x. Then you can write this as a square plus 2ab plus b square. That means this is a plus b whole square. That means this is a and this is b. So this is x plus 4 whole square. So this is our answer. So we are going to do in this manner. We are going to use the formula method. So how to identify whether this is a perfect square? Check whether the first term is a square of any number. Yes, it is square of a. Check whether the third term is a square of any number. Yes, it is square of 4. And whatever the sign is in the middle, give it as it is. And multiply the two terms by 2. 2 into a into 4. Do we get the middle term? Check it. Yes, that means we can write this as a square plus 2ab plus b square. This a is a here in the question and this b means 4 here in the question. The answer is a plus b whole square. So what will be our answer now? This is a formula. So what will be our answer now? This is our answer, a plus b whole square. So for our question, what will be our answer? What is in place of a? A is in place of a only, and what is in place of b in our question? It is 4. So it is a plus 4 whole square. This is our final answer. What you can do, a plus 4 whole square means a plus 4 into a plus 4. So you can write it like this also. Both are the same. So I hope you have understood the question. If you have not, you will definitely understand it when we solve one more question. Okay. So let's go to question 2. So 25m square plus 30m plus 9. So if we have to use the formula, can we use it? We have to check by checking whether the first term is square of any number. Yes, 25m square you can write as 5m whole square, right? It is 5m times of 5m. 5 5s are 25, m into m is m square. Then is the third term square of any number? Yes, it is square of 3. And then give the sign of the middle term as it is. And then multiply these two terms by 2. 2 into 5m into 3. Do we get the middle term as the answer? 5 3s are 15, 15 2s are 30m. Yes. So we can write this as a square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to a plus b whole square. So what is in the question in place of a? It is 5m. So when we write the answer a plus b whole square, in place of a we will write 5m. Then plus what is there in the question in place of b square? It is 3 square. So in place of b it is 3 actually. So 5m plus 3 whole square is our answer. If you want, you can write this bracket twice, which indicates that it is a square. So I am sure now you must have understood this question very easily. So let's go on to solve question number 3. Is it similar one? Let's see. So it is 49y square plus 84yz plus 36z square. So check whether this first term is square of any number. Yes, it is square of 7y. See, 7y square means 7y into 7y. 7 sevens are 49 and y raised to power 1. Here also y raised to power 1. So it becomes y square. Similarly, 36z square I can write as 6z whole square. 6z whole square means 6z into 6z. 6 6 are 36 and z raised to power 2. So now, and what we have to do now? Give the sign of the middle term as it is. Multiply these two terms by 2. 2 into 7y into 6z. Check whether we get the middle term or not. 7 6 are 42. 42 2s are 84 yz. Yes, we get it. In any question, for example, if we don't get the middle term, then what will we do? If, for example, it was 80 here, then we don't get the middle term by multiplying these two terms by 2, right? So that's why then we cannot solve this question by this method. We have to solve then by factorization only. We can solve any question by factorization method. But this method is applicable to only those questions which have perfect squares in them. We can use the formula method only when we get the terms like this. That is, the first term is a perfect square, third term is a perfect square, and when we multiply these two terms by 2, we get the middle term. If the question is like this, then only we can use the formula a square plus 2ab plus b square is a plus b whole square. Otherwise, we have to do the factorization method. We are going to do that method also later on. So now, in this question, we can use this formula. So what is in the question in place of a square? So in place of a square, it is 7y square. So in place of a, in the answer, we have to write 7y plus. What is in place of b square in the question? It is 6z square. That means b is replaced by 6z. So this is our final answer. 7y plus 6z multiplied by 7y plus 6z. I hope you are getting the questions. So let's move on to solve the next question. We go to question number 4 now. So what is question number 4? I think we have solved question 4. I missed question 2. So we'll go to question 2 now. P square minus 10p plus 25. We solved question 1, then 3, then 4. I missed question 2. So we come to question 2 now. Okay. So is it similar? Can we solve it by the same method? Let's check it out. Is first term a square of any number? Yes, it is. Is last term a square of any number? Yes, it is square of 5. And give the sign of middle term as it is. And if we multiply these two terms by 2, 2 into p into 5, do we get the middle term? Yes, 5 2s are 10p. That means we can use the formula. But here we have to use this formula, a square minus 2ab plus b square, because there is negative sign here. So what is the formula then? It is a minus b whole square. So we have to use this formula in the question if we have the second term as negative. So what is in place of a square in our question? It is p square. That means a is replaced by p in this answer. So a minus b whole square, in place of a I am going to write p, and b square, in place of b square there is 5 square in the question, so b is replaced by 5. So this is our final answer friends, p minus 5 whole square. So now I am quite sure you must have understood all the questions which we have done till now in this video. Okay, so let's move on to question number 5. 4x square minus 8x plus 4. So again, let's see whether the first term is the square of any number. Yes, it is square of 2x. How can we solve this 2x whole square? It is 2x into 2x. 2 times of 2 is 4, and 1x here and 1x here, it becomes x raised to power 2. Yes, so first term is a perfect square. 4 is also a square, and if we multiply these two terms by 2, give the sign of the middle term as it is. If we multiply these two terms by 2, are we getting the middle term? Yes, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8x. Then we can use the formula a square minus 2ab plus b square is a minus b whole square. We are going to use the negative formula, okay, a minus b whole square, because the second term is negative. So we have to, in the answer, when we write the answer a minus b whole square, a has to be replaced by 2x, because in place of a square in the question we have 2x square. So a is replaced by 2x, and in place of b square we have 2 square, so b is replaced by 2. So this is our final answer friends, 2x minus 2 into 2x minus 2. We can do 2 more steps here. What we can do? We can take 2 common from this bracket and this bracket also. How to take 2 common? See, I can write this as 2x minus 2 times of 1. Similarly here also 2x minus 2 times of 1. So now if I take 2 common from the first bracket, what will remain inside? X minus 1. Similarly, if I take 2 common in the second bracket also, what will remain? X minus 1. So now what is the answer that we get? 2 times of 2 is 4, and it is x minus 1 into x minus 1. So you can write this one also as an answer, or you can write this also. If you don't take 2 common, then this will be your answer, and if you take 2 common, then this will be your answer. I think you should take 2 common and write this last term as the final answer. So I hope you have understood the question. So friends, let's continue with question number 6 now. Okay, we have solved 5 questions till now. Okay, so question 6, 121b square minus 88bc plus 16c square. Is it similar? Let's check. Is first term square of any number? Yes, we know that 121 is square of 11 and b square is square of b. So I can write this as 11b square. Is this 16c square of any number? Yes, it is a square of 4 and c. And what you do then, give the sign of middle term as it is and multiply these two terms by 2. So 2 into 11b into 4c. Do we get the middle term? 11 4s are 44, 44 2s are 88bc. Yes, so we get the middle term. Then we can solve this question as a square minus 2ab plus b square is equal to a minus b whole square. So in place of a square in the question we have 11b square. So while writing the answer a minus b whole square, in place of a we have to write 11b and minus b whole square. When we write b, in place of b, what do we have? We have 4c. So this is our final answer. At the most, what you can do is write this bracket twice. So this is our final answer, friends, for question number 6. So let's move on to solve the next question now. It is looking like a little bit different question, no? Question number 7. L plus m whole square minus 4lm. So nice. They have also given us the hint. I don't think they will give us the hint in the exam though. So what you can do now? So it is L plus M whole square. So whenever you have a bracket and there is a square of the bracket, if it is plus in the bracket, then use this formula, a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. If it is negative term, if it was like this, L minus m whole square, then you have to use this formula. Only difference is of the sign for the second term, see, otherwise the formula is the same. A plus b whole square and a minus b whole square, only difference is of the sign of the middle term. So here we have to use the first formula, a plus b whole square, right? Because there is a positive sign. So when I use this formula, I will write a, in place of a, I will write L, because when I use the formula to L plus m whole square, a is replaced by L and b is replaced by m, and I am going to use this now. A square, in place of a square, I will write L square plus 2 into a into b. A is L, b is m, and plus b square means L square, minus 4lm will remain as it is. So how can we solve this further? It will be L square plus 2lm plus m square minus 4lm. Now see, these two are the like terms, we can solve them. But they have different signs, so we have to subtract, and when we subtract, we always have to give the sign of bigger term to the answer. So that's why we have given negative sign there. Now, is this the final answer? No, we can still solve this further. See, is this a square of any term? Yes, it is square of L. Is the last term a square of any number? Yes, it is a square of m. And if we multiply these two by 2, do we get the middle term? Give the sign of the middle term as it is and multiply these two terms by 2. Yes, in fact, it is already written in the form a square minus 2ab plus b square. So, this is our final answer. A minus b whole square will be our final answer. So we just have to write the next step now, L minus m whole square. So this is our final answer, L minus m multiplied by L minus m. This is the last question of this first question of exercise 14.2. Again, we check whether this a raised to 4 is a square of any number. Yes, it is square of a square. See, we have used this formula when we have solved exponents and power. If we have two powers to any same number, then what we do? We multiply the two powers. For example, if it is 3 raised to 2 and raised to power 5, then we multiply the two powers and get the answer as 3 raised to power 2 5s are 10. So similarly here also I can write this as a square to the power 2. Similarly for b raised to 4 I can write it as b square to the power 2. And if I multiply these two terms by 2, giving the sign of the middle term as it is, 2 into first term into second term, do I get the middle term? Yes, I get the middle term. So I can use the formula a square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to a plus b whole square. Now, this is a step where many students make mistake. So what is the mistake that they make? So now observe carefully. What is in the question in place of a square? What is in the question in place of a square? In place of a square, in the question we have a square to the power 2. So if you cut these squares, if you just forget about these squares, then what is there in place of a? It is a square. So when we write a plus b whole square in place of a, we have to write a square here. Similarly, compare the formula b square term with this. What is there in place of b square in our question? In place of b square, it is b square to the power 2. So if you forget the two powers here, what is there in place of b? It is b square. So we have to write a square plus b square whole square. So then this is our final answer, a square plus b square into a square plus b square. So friends, that brings us to the end of the video for the first question of the exercise 14.2. I hope you have understood all the questions. If you have any doubts, please go to the comment box and make the comments there. And if you like the video, please go to the comment box and tell me that you like the video. I will reply to your questions or any of your comments. Please subscribe to the channel if you really like the video, and please you can share with your friends also. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.